What's going on, everybody? Deal or No Deal here, and today we're playing some Domination on Village using the M16 with a red dot, and my strike package is Stalker, Assassin, and Scavenger. I tried to make for a very aggressive class setup because that's what I was going for. I was just trying to get a lot of kills. I was halfway through level 30, so I really just wanted to get the gold camo and just be done with this gun forever because this gun fucking sucks. However, this game turned out to be pretty good, and I actually get a MOAB, which was very surprising. I didn't try to get it at all, but that's when I get them. It's when I don't try, because it's always with guns that I wouldn't consider great. Like the CM901 is something I really like, but it's not a great gun. The M16 is just not a good gun, and these are the guns that I can get MOABs with. But then when I actually try with like the ACR or the SCAR, I can't get them. But I think it's because I'm playing with Megawatt all the time, and he has my mind off things because we're just talking about different things, non-gaming related. So it's when I'm actually not trying is when I can do really well. Whereas when I do try hard, I don't end up doing so well. So I think I get frustrated and it ruins my gaming, but I'm getting sidetracked. The point is when I least try is when I do well the most. I'll stick with it. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about today was my overall impressions of Modern Warfare 3. Back when the game released, I said that I wanted to wait a little while, see how the game progressed, see how Infinity Ward took care of it, and overall just see the future of the game and make my opinion in a little bit. Now that I have about 5 days worth of game time, I've seen what Infinity Ward has to offer for customer support. I truly have an opinion on this game, and the best way to put it, I think, is with a number. Now, Black Ops was my favorite Call of Duty, and that's something I would give a 9 to. Modern Warfare 3, which I do not like as much as Black Ops, I can honestly say. I'd probably give it like a 7, somewhere like a 6 or a 7. And the reason why is because it's just not too much of an advancement in the Call of Duty series. Now, Black Ops was quite different from any other Call of Duty we've seen before. If you compare it to its technical sequel, World at War, it was a huge difference. But if you compare it to Modern Warfare 2, there were still a lot of differences. And the thing is, Treyarch listened to a lot of people's complaints with both Treyarch and Infinity Ward Call of Duties. Whereas when you look at Infinity Ward's game, they only listen to what has to do with their games. Anything that Treyarch has ever implemented or ever done in their games was clearly ignored. And what I mean by that is like certain things were definitely not included in the game that Treyarch came up with. And one of my favorite options that Treyarch offered in Black Ops was the search for local function. Now, you had the option of either searching for a game worldwide or local only. Now, by searching for local, your connection will be stronger because it's closer, whereas if you play a game worldwide, your connection probably won't be as strong. And that was huge for me. My connections were much better when I searched local. And Modern Warfare 3 does not offer that at all, which is quite a bummer because it really hinders my gameplay. Now, another thing that they didn't offer was the party privacy function, because in Black Ops, you could change it from open to invite only to closed, whereas in Modern Warfare 3, you can't even control it. So it's really kind of disappointing because I really liked that when it was open, I could have like subscribers or friends just join me, or I could just choose to have like invite only when I didn't want people to just join randomly. And it was nice to kind of switch back and forth, whereas in Modern Warfare 3, they just ignored it completely. And then with the customizable emblems, something I thought was really cool because it kind of made some players unique. Because, you take time to create this emblem, you throw it on your guns, and it kind of differentiates one another. Whereas in this game, we went back to the title and emblem sort of thing, which was cool in Modern Warfare 2, but it's a step back from Modern Warfare 3, considering it's out after Black Ops. So, I mean, you're not too unique because everyone just uses blunt trauma with the pot leaf. So I'm not too much of a fan on that. But moving forward more about Infinity Ward, I want to talk about their customer support because they definitely haven't done it before. They're really bad at it. So with Modern Warfare 3, they definitely had to step their game up, considering that Treyarch raised that bar in terms of releasing patches and updates and just keeping up to date with what the players wanted. They did an amazing job. So Infinity Ward has had to learn how to do it, and they're not doing a very good job. And there are a few reasons why I say that. Number one is their lag compensation. It's a very shitty system. I understand why they implemented it. It was a good idea on paper, but it just doesn't work. Now, that's fine. They can fix it, right? Well, I think we're about 8 or 9 title updates in at this point, and no matter how many times they fix it, because I think most of those title updates were to fix lag compensation, it still doesn't work. It still gives bad players an advantage. And I don't necessarily mean bad as in skill-wise, but bad connection-based players. Whereas people with good connections, who are probably good at the game or hardcore about it, it's giving them a disadvantage. And that is killer, because I have a really strong connection where I thrived in Black Ops, and now I'm not getting a really good connection at all, to the point where a player with a 2-bar just is doing much better than I am. And that's not fair. It's creating a much bigger imbalance between players, because in the last system, talking about just like one host having an advantage above the rest, one player had the advantage. With lag compensation, you're giving multiple players an advantage over like the other half, which is not good. It's not balanced. It's not smart. So no matter how many times they fix it, it doesn't work. And that's very disappointing. And another thing that has to deal with their patches, you know, are the actual game fixes. Most of them are weapon-based. Now, when it comes to complaining and actually getting those things fixed, they have to actually like be overall seen as something that needs to be fixed. Like the Type 95 and the FMGs overall are seen as overpowered weapons. And though they said they were going to fix them, did they really? I don't think so. All they did with the Type 95, all they did was increase the hip spread. That was not the problem with the gun. The problem is that it's a 2-shot kill, in that it's really good no matter what range you're using it. But they increased the hip spread, so they clearly didn't understand the problem with the gun. They just tried to do something to say, oh, we fixed it, it's done. The Akimbo FMGs, a secondary that is stronger than a lot of primaries. It kills faster than a shotgun, an SMG. It's the best secondary out there. And what do? They slightly give it more recoil. Now, granted, that's a step in the right direction, but it wasn't enough. It's still overpowering the rest. And actually, with the latest title update that's on the Xbox right now, it has a faster fire rate, so it got a buff, which is ridiculous. Which, I mean, whether it was intentional or not, probably not, because I think they're going to fix it. That's just a mess up. How do you make that happen? There was nothing that was supposed to be done with the machine pistols in this title update, so what the hell did you do that made them mess up? I don't know, but it just shows that it's not really great. And another thing I just want to point out really quickly is that there's both, or actually there's 3. There's Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games, and Raven Studios all behind Modern Warfare 3. 3 studios as opposed to Treyarch, just 1. And they're doing much worse at their job than Treyarch did. Now, I mean, you look at the game overall, and it's like, the weapon balance is good. The weapon balance is probably the best that I've seen, because a lot of the weapons, most of the weapons are useful. But there are still weapons that stand out, and there are still weapons that suck ass. And like, if you don't use the Type 95 or Akimbo FMGs, or the ACR, then go home, because you're clearly not doing the game right. And it sucks, because, you know, you think after so many Call of Duties, they'd actually learn weapon balance, that you think they'd actually learn spawn systems. You think they'd learn how to actually make a game that players wanted. We don't want a revenge-based spawn system. It didn't work in Modern Warfare 2, so don't try it again. You know, make guns that work well. The FAMAS was seen as overpowered in Modern Warfare 2, so they remade the same gun, but only better, and called it the Type 95. The Akimbo Glocks from Modern Warfare 2 were seen as a little overpowered. So what do? Give it a faster fire rate, but a slower pullout time. You got the Akimbo FMGs. They don't listen. The ACR, all they did was give it a little more recoil, but when you have kick on it, it's easy to use. Plus clear irons, and then boom. They didn't do much to this game. A lot of the games are a lot of the guns are copied and pasted over. I mean, how many more unique guns do we really have? There's not too many unique guns from this game from Modern Warfare 2. It looks exactly the same, and overall, it is a very, very similar experience to Modern Warfare 2. I mean, there are a couple fixes that I do like the ability to scroll up and down your kill streaks in-game, and, you know, adding customizable kill streaks to classes and proficiencies and all that. Those are cool, but small changes when you gotta look at the big picture. And overall, I feel like it just made a very stale experience. It's just, it's not refreshing, it's not new, there's nothing keeping me here, and this game definitely caters to new players a lot more than anything else, which is good for the new player, but bad for players like me, or a lot of us on YouTube who are the hardcore type, because we don't want to see noobs getting catered to. We don't want to see them have Final Stand, Dead Man's Hand, and Hollow Point and all that crap. When we are promised that Last Stand was out of the game, I don't care if it's a death streak or not. It's still in the game, and there are 2 of them. You know, Dead Man's Hand is even worse. That is the worst death streak I've ever seen. And overall, it's just, it's a disappointment. It's a disappointing game. It's not a bad game. It's not a game that I'm going to quit like I did Modern Warfare 2. But it's definitely a game that's not going to keep me around the entire time. And I really look forward to Black Ops 2. At least that's what I assume it's going to be called. Because I know Treyarch will do a good job. David Vonderhaar is listening hardcore to what we want. They're going to redesign the knife, something that was promised for Modern Warfare 3, but was not done. The knife is still an issue, something they said they were going to change, didn't change at all. Anyways, I'm done ranting. Overall, this game is okay, but I think this is the last Infinity Ward game I'm going to buy, because I can see how Infinity Ward works this. Unless the next Call of Duty they make is like something from the future, which is something really interesting, I'm not going to get the next Infinity Ward Call of Duty just because they do a really poor job at making them. That's it. That's my overall impressions. Feel free to disagree. Leave your opinions below. And as always, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. See ya. Want more Deal or No Deal? You can check out the latest uploads up top. One being the Road to Gold Guns Episode 7, and the other one being a commentary about online dating, which went over pretty well. Got a lot of positive feedback on that one. You can check the far right for a random video, and you can click the bottom of the screen to subscribe to my channel if you haven't so already. Thanks for sticking around, guys, and as always, I will see you in the next commentary. Peace.